Yeah. Welcome in, team.
Hey, you're looking radiant today.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Because I put up my lighting today.
Oh, hey, whatever.
Adam is getting me together. He's making sure that I'm showing up in my best lighting.
There you go. That's why you gotta have a team for real.
Exactly. Even if it's a small team, we all need a team to help
Mm.
get us together and keep us together. So shout out to the team, both near and far, both present today and not. I appreciate you guys so mucho. So, and we're gonna get started on time. So welcome in, whether you are joining us wherever, but let me get the recording started before we get into more of that.
Want to let people in?
Um, yes, let's go ahead and let the folks in on Zoom. Can I get a new one? Yes. All right. Let me make sure I'm recording here. Oh, we're recording on YouTube. Let's just record all over the place, right? Great day and welcome everyone to today's live. Today is allegedly Tuesday, the 25th day of the month of August. We gotta call, we gotta text somebody today, Adam. The 25th day of the month of August.
Word.
And we're gathered here today on this beautiful Tuesday for our Newbie Tuesday that has been on for it's about to be 8 years. Yeah, next month, guys, about to be 8 years.
Oh wow. What?
Yes, isn't that exciting?
That's wild.
Is it really? That is so crazy.
I feel like I was just like a newbie sitting in the back
Yeah.
being scared the other day.
You remember when I did that call for your homeschooling community?
Yes. Oh, that listen, I appreciate that so much. We needed that. We still not where we need to be, but at least my people know that there are options if they get jammed up.
Yes.
Or when something happens, people call me. Like, oh,
Right?
they sent me jury duty uh summons or whatever.
Okay.
So at
That's a
least we
good
know we're
thing.
not just
Every
out
place
there.
is a good place to start,
Yeah.
right? So that is actually the essence of why we're here on Newbie Tuesday. Linnea is definitely one of my day ones. Probably before I even started doing Newbie Tuesdays.
Yeah. Before
Yeah,
Newbie Tuesdays, we met through that off the grid group.
yeah, another private group
Hmm.
on that. Oh my goodness. Shout out to the day ones, but also the day twos. And also, if today is your first day, welcome in. We're here every Tuesday to help people who are navigating this legal education space. This is what Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and now Mondays is even here for. Mondays is our mortgage education program. And I'm just going to speak on that for a second because we had Mortgage Monday last night. So most mortgages, in my opinion, especially when they're about are attached to shelter, need to be challenged. Now, I'm not promising that you will absolutely find an error in your mortgage, what we call a non-amendable error, that you can take the person or entity enforcing the mortgage to task to have to prove up their authority to enforce the note. I'm not promising you that that is going to make your mortgage go away. What I am promising you, though, is most mortgages attached to shelter, where people just live, have non-amendable errors that, if properly challenged, okay, could either reveal that you're paying the wrong entity that cannot prove that they are the entity entitled to enforce it. I'm saying that you might reveal non-amendable errors if you make a proper challenge. Now, if you are current, I will say you can do this challenge in about 8 to 12 months if you move swiftly, if you work with our coaches over here, okay? If you can sustain being current in that time, you will have a much better chance. However, everyone willing to challenge a mortgage has a chance. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? In these times, wouldn't you guys agree that there are two ways to get wealthy? You either spend less or you make more, or you do both at the same time. Did everybody hear what I said?
Yep. Right.
Yep.
If we make challenges to who's holding their hand out for us to pay, if we make challenges about their right to hold their hand out, to say, I'm who you owe, okay? That document that you signed with whoever, credit union, whoever,
Allegedly.
uh bank, right? Whoever, dealership even, right? Whoever you made that, it's me that you're supposed to, that's entitled to collect from you every single month. If you make proper challenges, guys, you will be surprised how much less you spend because you prove that they ain't who you owe. And if there is someone that you do owe, they have not yet come forward.
That's how I got my Honda.
So you're going to want to stick around the community. Make sure you go over to the link in my bio if you're on TikTok and check out how to join our community. Welcome in, Organic Lotus. Gratitude for tapping it out. If you are on TikTok, guys, sharing it out, invite your friends, invite your frenemies, invite people who need to develop their ears of discernment. Is everybody here ready to develop their ears of discernment?
Yes.
Word.
Because that's really all we can give you guys. Someone here, if you're new, and even if you knew it was you, has been misled, maybe even deceived because they did not develop their ears of discernment. Can anybody relate?
Word.
Yes, I can relate. You just whipped on me for about an hour a minute ago.
Y'all are hilarious.
I'm sorry I did not have any witnesses on that call. Okay, so I can neither admit nor deny that I whooped on him for an hour.
Howard?
Man, an
Well,
That's
hour.
rough.
Man. But the crazy part about it is I liked it. He set me
so
straight.
this statement is not a complaint.
No.
This day, I absolutely was holding hands. Wasn't I holding your hand,
Yeah.
Arash?
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
surely was holding your hand.
The harder you screw them, the better they like it.
I'm
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Well, Hassan has been on my calls, so he knows how it gets sometimes. Hand
Yeah.
holding while beating. Yeah, I'm squeezing your hand.
Thank you, ma'am. May I have another?
Yo, this is hilarious for real, Hassan, okay?
Indeed.
So, on Tuesdays, we offer group beatings. Is everybody okay with that?
As long as I get to go first.
No, guys, anybody who knows that, coaching can be intense, right? Uh, anybody who's ever raised children, ever dealt with animals even, right? Y'all know that even human beings, we be out in the zoo house sometimes, don't we?
100%.
So, if you have newbie questions or you want to talk about how to develop those ears of discernment of red flags, that's what we do here. We are here to rock the boat. Even look, already today, somebody pontificating that they could help you to become the money of the nation. Told one of my colleagues when they asked for receipts,
Jesus
they don't
Christ.
need no receipt. How you know what I was already gonna say?
Jesus
He
Christ.
said he don't. Why does he need to show receipts? It's not that you need to show receipts, guys. It's just that if you don't have none, you should probably do what?
Get your birth certificate authenticated.
Wow.
If you don't have any receipts and you're trying to teach people that your methodology works, what should you do?
Wrong answers only since Sarah started it.
No, Ryan already said the answer, and somebody on TikTok, Keon, said the answer as well. It's okay if you don't have none, but the question is, why are you pontificating about your mythology?
Get a secure party creditor class. I don't know. What's some other wrong answers?
And people are getting the secured party creditor classes. People are doing the secured party creditor classes. They're paying hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do something that will not. Okay, so our friend-in-law that told me this is not here today. It's not going to positively affect the outcome in your legal issue.
You
None
mean
of
it
those
won't
things.
help to put my kids in a trust?
Guys, wait till you see the video that I'm about to post. As a matter of fact, Keisha made another one, Hassan. I'm about to put it in. I'm gonna see if we can upload it onto this. No, because that's gonna take a while for me to. I'll do it after we get off.
Word.
Okay. I'll send it to you guys after we get off. It was done from yesterday, but I didn't want to post it in the middle of the night, so I'm absolutely gonna post it this afternoon. But if you are attempting to assist people and you are offering yourself as one who can coach, one who can teach, one who can impart wisdom, is it unreasonable to ask for proof of claim, my people? Is it unreasonable to ask someone who is purporting to be able to impart wisdom to you for proof of claim?
It's kind of like your resume or your portfolio, like, being able to prove what you've done and just show that you have standing and credibility.
Is it fair then to say if they do not willingly offer proof of claim that we should not follow any of their suggestions?
I mean, are you going to let a doctor operate on you that has absolutely no credibility or any kind of anything that they've done good?
For some people, they have. I think a lot of
True.
people just want to put their hands over their eyes, right? And just feel their
I
way
am
through it.
Dr. Fauci, and I take the fifth.
There you
I-
go.
I think
That's a
too,
fact.
sometimes people get so desperate in their situations that they are just looking for any kind of hope or possibility that could help them in their situation, that they'll latch on to anything
So
that could
they go
possibly
like
be.
this.
Yep. That's terrifying.
Right. And it also gives people someone else to blame if things don't work out the way that they want. So they say, well, you told me or you said that.
See, what happened was,
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Doogie Howser, hello.
catch me if you can.
There's some people that need to be touched, need to be catched, for sure. They don't have any evidence. And it doesn't even have to technically be your receipt. But let's say, for example, you're studying a case, you're doing a case study, right? You can actually walk through that case and be like, this is why they selected these folks as the defendants, right? This is how they argued how each defendant did something. That you can teach somebody from that. Correct? You can say, let's look at this Supreme Court case. Let's see what it has in common with this other Supreme Court case and why these cases were successful. Can't you even teach that from a successful? You could do that, right?
Oh, yeah,
Word.
definitely.
Even
These
just
people,
reading judges' opinions,
yes, you could read judges' opinions. You can help understand what a judge's opinions mean, what certain terminology means. You can do all that.
or even sit in your local courtrooms and just watch cases go live.
And from there, you can tell somebody, you heard when the judge said that. What do you think that means? Right? Showing that you are competent. At least. These folks have no kind of receipts. And then they try to tell us. There's actually someone who said, if someone shows you a receipt, they're attempting to guarantee your success.
Wow.
No, you're just showing what is possible if the right steps are taken, but you can't guarantee that somebody's going to follow all the right steps or that every
Or
situation is
you
going to be
might
exactly
not
the
have to
same.
go a step beyond where this person may have gotten their relief. Some people get their relief in JP court. Some people get their relief in circuit court or superior court. Some people get their relief in federal court. Some people get their relief in Supreme Court.
Some people just get lucky.
It might seem like lucky, but the point is, just because someone got their relief on this level doesn't mean yours of the same kind even will come at that level. You might have to go up. Okay? But that doesn't mean the steps don't work.
Word.
If
And
someone
who's to
says,
say that someone
go
is
ahead,
even
Sarah.
going to, so who's to say that somebody's even taking the right steps? Like, what if they mess up a step? And that's what
Correct.
hinders their success.
That's usually the case. What I'm seeing, I'll say, since slowing my mind down to look at what we're really looking at, I'm recognizing that because the rules haven't been followed, like a popularity contest is, you know what I mean, is afoot. It's like, oh, you want to be popular? Follow the rules. Since that's not the case, when we go back and look at certain things that we've done, that we've probably filed, and now we know what the governing legal framework is. Now we're better strategizing. Now we are coming to get coached through a procedural mapping of our issue. We can see actually how easy it is to be in civil forum that they call court. It's way easier because what happens is you begin to expose those that work in the court don't know the rules either.
Nope.
I
Sure
find it's
don't.
usually user error.
It
All the
can
time.
be. It can be.
Well, most of the time. Let's say
If you're
most for
following the
me.
governing framework, yes. But what we
Or
found
not.
and what we're talking about on Newbie Tuesdays is things that will actually never work because that's not how things work. For example, there are people who will say things like, they are ignoring all of my filings. Has anybody ever said that or heard someone who has said that?
Word.
They
There's
are
a reason
ignoring
for
all of
that.
my filings. Let me see. Let me see hands. Let me see here on TikTok. Let me see on YouTube. You've either said it yourself or you've heard someone say they are ignoring all of my filings. Because I'm about to put that in perspective for all of us, new or not. Okay. So, have you guys also heard that an affidavit stands as truth and fact in law and commerce, or something to that effect?
Yes, I've heard it so many
And
times that people tell you
unrebutted.
just keep filing these affidavits. You could say whatever you want. If they don't speak back, that's it. I'd be like, I'm the queen of Zamunda. Well, you didn't rebut it, so it's true.
Here's my
Wow.
crown. Okay. So, those two beliefs usually cohabitate. An affidavit is the end all be all of speech, and they're ignoring my filings.
For
And
the
the
living
reason
man.
we think they're ignoring our filings because we think because we're calling our filings wherever we're filing them affidavits, right? Especially if you say affidavits of truth.
Jesus Christ.
And your coach is sitting there thinking, what? There ain't no other kind of affidavits. Do you have affidavits of lies somewhere or half truths or pseudo beliefs or what is this terminology? We don't even think about it because we're newbies and we're typically operating out of fear and or desperation. So there is no critical thinking happening. There are no ears of discernment. We just want something to work because we are feeling physiological pain because of our legal woes, whether it's debt collection, child support or arrears, a foreclosure, an eviction. And what's interesting is most of these processes that the I was about to say the agents tell us,
Word.
the deceivers will tell us, they take a long time. They'll like the a whole status correction stuff. Isn't that like minimum a year of mailing stuff back and forth and filing things with the IRS and the Treasury? Well, IRS in the Treasury.
It's just busy work to keep people chasing their tail so they get nowhere fast.
And slow.
At all.
Yeah, don't it take a long time? Isn't it like 9 months, a year and a half? You'll get back into your huddle and they'll be like, oh, you only sent it to those places? Did you send it to these other places?
Ooh.
And you have to send it
Ah.
certified and restricted, and that those mailings are not cheap.
Endorsed properly.
They're not cheap to send that way either.
You see what I'm saying? People be spending $100 plus on just mailing shit back and forth. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Mailing
Getting
shit
it
to nowhere.
estoppeled or whatever that term is.
Say that again, Linnea.
That estoppel process that they tell
Oh,
you have to do with
apostille.
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
It's interesting how the term social security, for me, I would think, I guess, let me just say for me, social security would mean, oh, this thing that I have, it protects me, right? What's interesting is the protection comes when someone misuses it
Yes.
outside of you allowing them the permission to do so. And with that being said, this law space makes me look at how you benefit from it after deprivation. And I yield.
Interesting. I mean, you benefit most from it after it's been misused. But I mean, because you could still benefit from it, right?
True.
But
True.
yes, the biggest benefit is after it's been misused by somebody else.
Correct.
Excuse me. That's an interesting concept that we're going to exploit.
Word.
So the reason why most of us will say or hear people say my documents are being ignored, my filings are being ignored, and you ask them, well, what are you filing? And they're like, affidavits of truth. I'm sending it to the agencies, and I'm sending it to the banks, and I'm sending it to the servicers, and I'm sending it to various government offices, and I'm sending all these affidavits all over the place. No, who knows anybody who's done that? If it's you, say done that in the chat.
Done that.
If it's you, you're sending affidavits all over the place. Affidavits are hearsay, guys. Because they're only out of court statements alleging to assert facts that are not yet in evidence. They're hearsay. And if any of it makes it to an attorney's office, you know the attorney is chuckling because they know it's hearsay because they do it too. Okay. They know that shit is hearsay. So if you think you're sending it to the bank or the servicer or you're sending it to the agency and all they're doing is passing it over to the litigation department, and the litigation department is going, you don't have to worry about anything because this is not even it doesn't even matter that it says affidavit. It's an alpha-davit when it's not in court. Welcome in, Nana.
Wow.
Welcome in, Florida. It's an out of court statement purporting facts that are not yet in evidence. It does not become evidence. Even though you guys are newbies, I'm going to tell you, it does not become evidence until you present yourself, or the affiant presents themselves in court to be cross-examined. Who is today years old when they're learning that an affidavit is not always an affidavit. And it's not always standing as truth and fact and law and commerce if you're misusing it. So you think you're sending it to your affidavits to all these different agencies. The agencies are passing it over to their legal departments that are informing them that it has no weight at all. No legal weight at all. Who's today years old when they're learning that? You can file affidavits claiming anything that you want. And it has absolutely no legal weight if it is misused outside of court. If you do not subject, the affiant does not subject themselves to be cross-examined in court, it has no legal effect. And that is what their legal team is going to communicate to them. And you're not going to get a response back. And it does not mean what the sovereign citizen movement says about standing as truth and law, because it was unrebutted after a certain amount of time, a certain arbitrary amount of time. The law does recognize notices, because even when you read certain contracts, how many people here has ever read a contract that contains a stipulation that says that if the terms, if any of the parties wish for the terms to change, that it's done by notice to the other party, typically in a certain way? How many people have actually seen similar verbiage about noticing the other party as a way to renegotiate anything in the agreement? Anybody ever seen that? Come on, let's participate. There are contracts that says if any of the terms or conditions are changed, sometimes they say it's changed without notice, but they still talk about notice. And they don't talk about notice in your agreement because they don't know what an affidavit is. Who knows that? Who knows that the term notice was not used arbitrarily because the drafters of the contract, which is probably an attorney or 3 or 500 that drafted that form, they did not leave out affidavits because they just don't know what it is. Remember, these are the ears of discernment we're developing, right, my people? We're developing those ears of discernment, because if we don't have discernment, what we're left with is desperation and fear, which in this law study space can and will be used against you in these social media streets. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Y'all tap it out. If you do not develop your ears of discernment, all you have left is your desperation and your fear, both rooted in your ignorance.
Word.
Of what Hassan calls the governing framework. If you do not develop your ears of discernment, you're going to do things like quit claim your property into your trust. Not that there's anything wrong with that by itself, but you're going to do it out of your ignorance, fear, and desperation, thinking it's going to prevent the taking of it through foreclosure. Even though it's Tuesday, guys, would you believe I've already heard that argument this week? Would you believe?
And we ain't got to. We know it's real out here in these TikTok and internet streets. Well, at least I know.
It is to the point where if Adam's around in earshot of my conversation,
Yeah.
even he starts to go,
Yep.
He can't be seen, but he can't help but react.
Yeah.
And we need to start developing those same ears of discernment and have that clutch pearls moment. Like, oh my God, not again.
Yeah.
Because these filings, just like the mailings of the authentication process and they expensive. Have you guys seen them? The filings of these trust things, they're not cheap. And I probably wouldn't care, whatever they were, if they actually worked to do what these people are saying. Do you guys get now why we have to ask for receipts? Ask for receipts. Show me how becoming a secured party creditor did anything to solve somebody's legal. Give me the direct line. Like, they did this, that, and bam, it created this repeatable result.
Maybe it kept them from doing anything else dumb.
That's basically the dumbest thing that you could do. So one of our friends-in-law actually signed up for the SPC University. And I talked to them because they saw the video I showed you guys last week of the sovereign citizen who was here when I showed that video. Where he showed his authenticated birth certificate. Okay. So I spoke to one of our friends-in-law, because you guys know who I'm talking about.
Word.
And that took the SPC whole university, spoke to the creator of that useless university directly, also went to a multi-day event, okay, met other students, okay, so this is not just a casual observer. And they were told that the reason for authenticating or becoming an SPC is that listen to this, guys, the people in the courts can view these SPCs in some system that will cause the judge to call you into their chambers to have the court conversation there. Have you guys ever heard that chambers promise? That chambers conversation? Who's heard that?
I've heard it. Somebody said they'll take you in the back.
Yeah, that comes from Amir Law.
Not only him, because useless is who this person is telling me about. Useless. This is before Amir was a part of Lawful Living. He was actually part of the app. For those who remember us being on the app.
What?
Word.
Oh, you taught him that.
What's funny is Useless was yelling to somebody when they said something, and I thought, I taught you that. I was in the audience eating popcorn that day. You taught him that, huh? I taught you that. I don't make those types of claims because anything that is true, I didn't make it. I did not manufacture it. I didn't write no laws. I didn't write any legislation. So it's not me that taught nobody nothing. I just point to where the information is and I assist with reading comprehension because there is an epidemic of functionally illiterate people. And those are the same folks that come to this law education space and allow their functional illiteracy coupled with their desperation and fear rooted in ignorance to cause them to follow this type of stuff that when you talk it out loud, it does not even pass the sniff test. It does not get past the guards of your conscious mind if you are a critical thinker. If you are not in desperation and fear mode, and you realize that the only thing that can actually help desperation and fear is foundational knowledge and not, like fringe nonsense. Okay. So you guys have actually heard this, that you get into some system that causes the people in the courts to bring you into the chambers. So now we're showing that multiple people are pushing this narrative. Is that what we're hearing here today?
Yeah.
Multiple people are pushing this narrative. They will be called into chambers if we do proper SPC process. Because I heard it for the first time last week, Saturday or something. I didn't actually know until I made that video. Okay? Until I made that what the sovereign citizens think is going to happen when they go to court with their SPC process. Okay, Talk on the Block says confirms that's what it's supposed to be. They call you into the... I've never heard that. Has anybody had it happen to them that did the SPC process? Has anybody gotten the rollout red carpet special treatment into the chambers? What? I recommend. Yeah, that someone says some of them will lie and say that the reason that they didn't share that or they can't share what happened in the chambers is because they signed a Noble Drew Ali, aka NDA. That's a community joke, right? Yeah.
Word. That's what they be doing.
Look, Beverly says, I know a guy. Come on, y'all know when stuff start off with I know a guy. It's a lie. If anything starts off with I know a guy, it's a lie. Can we develop our ears of discernment? Anybody who says, I am making claims and under no circumstances should I be requested to prove it. I know a guy. That whatever comes after that is a lie. Can y'all put some red flags around I know a guy? That guy, you say, he will not share a panel with me. Not that I'll share a panel with his dumbass, but he won't share a panel with me because it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. This whole it's a spiritual thing and I can't show you any of my paperwork. That's fine. Shut up. I am willing to risk that you are correct and still never hear from you again. I'm willing to risk it.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
am willing to risk that you actually did do it and that you still shut the hell up because you are unwilling to prove it. You're not going to prove it where it says it explicitly in any statute or law, and you're not going to be able to show it has ever worked as applied with actual verifiable evidence. But before we go any further, I'm going to need you guys to go ahead and download the Newbie Tuesday guide that has been shared in the chat by our lovely Linnea, who put it together out of the kindness of her heart to help all yous guys. So
Word.
go ahead and grab it. And also make sure you guys are tapping out the live if you're where we do that type of stuff. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, Anwar. Anwar's in the building now, guys. He's going to be able to confirm because he's my source, okay? That useless is and others who promote the status correction nonsense, that the result is supposed to be you getting special treatment in court by being called into the back office, the chambers, if you will. That is your promise. And that the people in the court will be able to view this on some system that they have, that you are one of the special people. This is what apparently what they're promising. Look, it's right there, Chris. You and Anwar are right there.
Is this special like Ed or special like K? I'm wondering.
I think it's more Ed.
Y'all hilarious.
Special K is the nickname we have for our youngest because his name starts with a K.
Gotcha.
Not that we have anything against Special Ed.
For real.
Okay. Yes, gratitude talk on the block. Look, Anwar says I've been in SPC University since 2018.
So now I get it. It's not secured party creditor, it's special party
Yeah.
credit. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. The superior party creditor situation is very similar to the affidavit situation I just talked about, where people make us believe that simply because we call our communication an affidavit, that's what actually gives it the power, and that's what makes it stand in law as truth and fact.
Fridays when she comes. So why would you call me?
All right. Gratitude to my admins for keeping the mics muted. All right. So it's just like the affidavit situation where there is a proper application. There's a definition in the statutes even for secured party and for creditor. There are definitions in the statutes. And there are entities and agents of those entities that can act as secured parties and creditors. So it's not that just like the whole thing hype about the executrix and executor and trustee. Those are actual defined roles in the statutes. However, you just can't use them willy-nilly. And just start using these terms is not what actually makes you that position. Are we getting some comprehension today? Are we developing some ears of discernment?
I sure hope we are. I don't think they're going to get it anywhere else. And if they do get it somewhere else, 9 times that somewhere else came here first. So, but that's my biased opinion. Okay. No one else shares that view but Brother Hassan. I biasly think that if you're competent in these internet streets, you came across Malika, Hassan, and Quain some way, shape, or form. That's all I'm saying. I'm not bragging. I'm just being honest, and I yield.
Look, you're getting some support right here.
Gratitude.
Okay?
Gratitude, y'all. Gratitude.
Look, people are agreeing.
And I know sometimes I can be the annoying, raspy voice of reason. However, just telling the
And it's
truth.
okay to be transparent, right?
Yeah, indeed.
I say biased shit all the time, and I'll say it's my biased opinion. And
Indeed.
of course, it doesn't mean that. And what do I also say? I'm okay with being wrong,
Absolutely.
right? But if
Word.
you can just tell people or try to sell people on whatever idea, theories, etc., that you're doing, and you are unable or unwilling to show receipts, I don't care if I never hear from you again. Okay? So there is real reasons to be trustee, executor, executrix, etc. But it's rarely for the reason that the charlatans online are taking advantage of the reality that most people are functionally illiterate. Some know how to write their own name, some don't. Some know how to enunciate vocabulary words. The vocabulary words, they actually comprehend what's being said with and by them. I got this example from Hassan where he's like, yeah, you may know the alphabet, right? But that don't mean you know how to read. I was like, damn. Yeah. You may know how
Word.
to enunciate words and terms, but that doesn't mean that you comprehend what they're saying. And these are all things being taken advantage of. So that when we hear people like useless speaking and they speak with confidence, they have charisma, they're explaining things that seem to be above your pay grade, if you will, above your level of comprehension. And so you give them your trust. You like, hey, this person sounds like they know what they're talking about. But I'm here to try to teach you how to actually
Word.
listen
For real. For real. Cause
for real.
cause because reading is one thing. Like, okay, so I like to give an example. I know how sometimes we'll sit here and we'll read certain people's documents, right? And I can see the words, I can enunciate the words, I could read the sentence aloud. But what I'm really looking to grasp is the overall message that's being said when all those words and sentences and paragraphs come together. Because then I will be able to make an adequate assessment of what my next move is to be because I grasp the concept of what it is. So reading isn't just, enunciation, it's absolutely comprehending what's being communicated. I yield.
Just because you're pooping in a gold toilet, you're still shitting.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is Yusuf a jailbird? Was he in prison? I'm genuinely curious about that.
Allegedly 11 years or 12 years ago, and he got himself out by doing some GSA bonds.
Oh my
Yeah, in some of his videos, he talks about his incarceration and different things he's done to get out.
Now it's making so much sense. So I made a post about this jailhouse mentality
Yeah.
affecting people's expressions on social media. And I wasn't talking about anyone in particular. I was talking about the expressions of behaviors and ways of interacting with people. And I I didn't realize how accurate it was until I started getting feedback from other people about the accuracy of it. And I even went and researched like jailhouse dominance behavior, and it totally makes
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
right? You are defensive, um, And probably rightfully so, because if I was claiming I've been doing this for 10 years, I've been doing this for 15 years, I've been doing this for 20 years, and you don't have receipts, the reason why, at least those of us who are helping our community actively, like Hassan and Quayne, over deliver, is because we don't just want, oh, well, our community has 2,000 people and there's like 2 receipts, because that's not a boast. That's not a brag. Does everybody understand? It's not a brag to have a community of any of a real numbers of people that might be impressive, right? 5,000, 10,000, 40,000, and you don't have any receipts. Do you guys understand? That's not a brag. Does everybody get why that's not a brag?
Word.
Okay, if you have 40,000 students, why how come you don't have a few hundred receipts at least?
That's real.
That part.
Why would you brag about doing something for a decade or 2 and you don't have 1 or 2 receipts, or you may only have 1 or 2 receipts, and it's not even like I'm showing you, because these people allegedly have these stories about everybody they've helped, but where are they? Where are the people? Okay, they ran off, they're living their life. How come you don't have any case studies that could actually walk us through? So and so came to me at this time. This was their problem. This is what they did, if they did anything about it prior to meeting me, coming to me. This is what I was able to impart to them. This is how they applied it. These are the results. Shouldn't that be like easy?
Well, see what happens, or what they're claiming happens, is that these people are having all this success and they don't need the community anymore, so they're just not around, and that's why there's nobody
Yeah.
that has any
Okay,
receipts.
that's fair. But let's say that is 10% of your community. Where 10% of your wins. Okay, where's the rest? Because even if they ran off and did whatever, because that happens here, how come you don't have the case study to walk through? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? You with me? Some of y'all know, because some of y'all were here when we had Thad, for example, as our case study. And y'all remember that we were keeping everything on paper. And then as soon as he started to win, they started calling on the phone. Yeah, anybody remember that case study?
Yeah.
Thad is out living his life. He occasionally pops in on TikTok. There's a rumor that he's not real.
Oh, he's AI too?
So he came on live with his camera on. Okay. And we were like, oh, look at us, looking at that. We can see.
It's funny with the whole you and Linnea saying AI too, and so I found like why not make lemonade out of lemon? So if they think you're AI, Linnea, why don't you just say you're Linnea, right?
Oh,
See, that works. Look at that. Look at that. You've reached Linnea. How may I help you?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
LYNN-AI. Lynn AI. I mean, technically, any woman with an A could just add I at the end, right?
I know, right?
And then you're Malika.
I'm done.
Shout out to the cult of free thinking and lawful living.
Word.
The poser call.
Marky Mark is teasing you, Hassan. He said, don't quit your day job.
It's okay, man. I'm here to be the corny jester. You already know. Let's
You be
get it.
flying those red flags all day.
Oh my goodness. I love you guys.
Word.
Yes, names unnecessary. Your twin. Because first dad had to change his name because we were sharing his story. And instead of going to the community and going to the coaches that assisted him, because when you're going through your own stuff, wouldn't you guys agree? Or am I speaking just for me? That you're so like, you have blinders on. You don't even actually know what's going on when you're going through it.
Yeah, you definitely get clarity when you're helping somebody else as opposed to your own stuff. I got all the courage when I'm doing other people's things. I can type, I could be slick at the mouth. But when it's me, I gotta take a deep, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta go take a deep breath. Gotta make sure I'm hydrated. I gotta pray a little bit.
Okay. So when they want to ask one of our community members that because they won something, you know, a week ago or a month ago or even a year ago, they want to go and talk to them. Why you want to talk to them? They're like, don't talk to me. Talk to my coach. Because you don't go to a winning quarterback and go, wow, you did it. And then ask them, so how'd you do it? The quarterback gonna be like, y'all understand what I'm saying? The MMA fighter is gonna be like, my training is what did it. My trainer that programmed the training is what did it. They were just following directions. Anybody know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. We got the AC on and left the window open. Hold on. They got the nerve to give me the puzzle piece here on TikTok. They give me the puzzle piece, y'all.
I was talking on mute. I'm sitting here talking to y'all while Malika walked away, wondering. Okay, got
Oh,
it.
go ahead.
No. You're good. I was just saying what I like about this experience is that the more that we keep exercising in our minds the proper things, the things according to the rules, the less I'm allowing myself to be abused by the oh well, we know they mean well. Let's just share with them the right information. I realize at some point it's not good for your mental health to be like, well, you know they mean well. Because someone's meaning well could infect you. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like someone meant well to go for a swim and cool off on a hot day, but if both of y'all don't know how to swim and you want to go save them and then they pull you under, now your life's ruined too.
Yep.
That's just kind of how I'm looking at it, but I yield.
So Takeda 12 says, Malika, do you or any of the lawful living fam open to consults? Yes. You can actually reach out to myself or Hassan or Queen if you have him in your contacts. Let me show you guys how to book a consultation. You can go, if you want to book Hassan, you go to brotherhassan.com. Someone put that in the chat, por favor. And I'm going to show everybody.
Hassan with one S.
Yeah,
Word,
Hassan, bro, it's going to
gratitude.
be in the chat. Do not send people to freedomfromgovernment.org for consultations. I mean, I guess you can because it's on the same page. So that link will work. Maybe I'll just go to your link, Liv, since you so graciously posted it. So this is one way.
Gratitude.
I don't think you guys can see my screen. Oh, especially since I didn't turn it around over here on TikTok. Yeah. So let's share the screen. So you guys have brotherhassan.com with one S in the chat. If one of my moderators, you guys can see it right here. If you're on TikTok, right there.
Word.
To book Hassan, brotherhassan.com. And this is how
Gratitude.
you find out about the team. So this is me at the top. This is our brother Quayne, and this is our brother Hassan. We also have Rich Meng. Some of you guys may not know him. He's actually out of the country right now. But this is how to get in touch with him. That's how to get in touch with Linnea. We have some people that we have to remove down here. But this is where you can book consultations. You can, and again, go to brotherhassan.com directly. And if you come to this page, which is freedomfromgovernment.com/book a consultation, you can click my link right here to book. But I'll also show you guys how to book from the New Lawful Living website. And while I'm here, just to let you guys know, in the beginning of this call, I mentioned about why we are working especially with folks that are challenging the enforcement of their mortgage. I think everybody should challenge it without any hesitation about retaliation. So I'm going to put the link in the chat to my 100% free training right here. So you guys could learn how to do it all by yourself if you are willing and able. But let's go to how to book. All right, so you close this, go to more. As a matter of fact,
I used me growing up to spit the mucus out whenever I mucus. But now you're hawking and barking and you don't want to spit it out.
come on, guys. Where my admins at? You gotta be quick to mute the mic. So if you come to check out our memberships, I know we're supposed to be going to consultations, but if you come to check out our memberships, the button for book a consultation is right there. Right there. Book a consultation. If you scroll down, you can check out the memberships. I have to put my colleagues' info up on there. I actually want to let you guys know I did a great interview with Hassan a few days ago, and I am excited to get it up because I realized that a lot of people, especially when you're new here, you just like start hearing people's voices, right? But you might not actually know them. You might not actually, know a little bit about their background. And usually, because we're meeting with people about their issues, we don't talk about ourselves. So this was a great opportunity for you guys to connect with Hassan on a more personal level if you want to get a feel for energy, if you will. And that's why we're doing the interviews of everybody on our team that has stepped forward to assist other study mates. And so, yeah, you guys will hear a little bit more about Hassan in short order. So we're going to stop with that. Hope you guys took screenshots and made sure that you can get in touch and get a coaching session or 3. And guess what? You might even want to talk with Hassan about mentorship. The benefit of mentorship is that instead of every time you want to get in touch with your coach, you book a consultation, okay? You get a package that says you can contact me between these hours, X amount of time, a week or a month, and have regular coaching sessions, okay? And the reason why that is important is because once people start to get assistance in one area, especially, they start telling you about, well, I got this other thing going on, or I'm trying to help my sister with some other thing. And so y'all understand what I'm saying? There are some people that are going to benefit from, mentorship instead of just one-off consultation at a time. So it's totally up to you, and that's a conversation you should have with your coach, regardless of which one you pick, so that you guys can develop on that. So we're gonna take some newbie questions at this time.
Indeed.
Beverly, go ahead with your question, comment, or emotional outburst.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
I actually wanted to go back to another topic, which is the reparations revisited and undue income tax, those older videos.
Okay.
And I'm getting some, I got some notes like in the lounge about saying that 1099 isn't working or something like that. And
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure I got updated.
Yes. So
So could you say something about that?
sure. And thank you again. That's a good newbie question. So the undue income tax class was created before the reparations. The main difference is or was the addition of the 1099 process that has been or was proven to work, okay, as explained in the class. However, at that same time, those processes no longer worked because the IRS made an update using AI where our filings would literally just sit there. There are people in the chat. It might be you. Anybody here? The IRS is not denying it. See, she's in there. They're not giving you a frivolous filing, right? Every time you call, they ask for more time. Look, there's several people right here in the chat. So they're not saying go to hell, right? You sovereign citizen. They're literally asking for more time. And it's just idling. If anything, they're not readjusting them. They're just sitting there. They're not even sending us any more responses about it. It's literally just sitting there. So another person who is doing the process as well is an accountant. And what she did was just use the information that's in undue income tax. She just separated her filings. So even if they wanted to not process or whatever they wanted to do with the 1099 portion of it, they separated the 4852 from that so they can at least get through with box 2, 4, and 6. Because once you put it together, it was stalling everything. They wouldn't separate it and be like, okay, we're just going to process this part and send them this amount. They keep it together and it's just sitting there. Okay, so we had several people in the chat, 4 people at least right here, who it's just sitting there.
So we really don't know right now whether they'll ever process it or whether I mean, we don't know what they're going to do, really.
We don't.
Get your box 2, 4, and 6 back so you get something. And when it comes to box 1, maybe you just have to litigate it further, quote unquote, because it's not that it's wrong. It's just that
they're just
since
not processing.
Correct, since their AI is looking at it like, well, this doesn't line up with what the records say at the Social Security Administration. Therefore, it's a no, which means that the argument that's being brought pertaining to that has to be had with humans.
Yeah. And potentially in a different forum.
Correct.
Yeah, Hassan, I don't have W-4s. I've always been, I mean, for a really long time in the category that they would call self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't call it that, but they would call it. So I didn't have a W-4 to do that process with. I had like the main thing that I could do, that I thought I could do with the 1099 was do an OID.
Have you ever done
So,
that?
oh, I did it. I mean,
Yeah.
that is, I turned it in. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Based on
that's
the
what.
class.
Okay, you did
Oh
the
yeah.
OID based on class.
Oh
Cool.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So we have done the OID as well for my mom. However, she was a W-2, not just 1099. So it was still all together, but and it did work. So we'll see if you follow the directions and what correspondence they send back.
None.
How long ago did you do it?
3 months.
Okay, so that is the time to call them up on the phone.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it just interestingly enough, Thaddeus and is it Talib? Is Talib in here? Hey, Talib.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm on my tablet. I'm uh
Okay.
I'm working at the same time. But what were you
So
saying about
I was
I
just
got the
saying that I was just going to tell the group that you and Thad got the exact same letter, but
yes.
had to do two separate things.
Yeah, they told
They
me to refile
and someone
and
just
I
said
did
that in the
that.
comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did that and it's still I haven't heard anything back from them yet. I haven't had the time to get on the phone with them because when you get on the phone with them, you're on there for a couple of hours.
Yes.
Because because the first rep is going to go to the supervisor, they're going to go back and forth. It's a cat and mouse game, and I think that what Hassan just said is the case. They're probably dealing with the AI or the computer saying this is not in line with what the Social Security Administration says or whatever, and they're just stalling on
So then why don't they just
paying
send you a
those out.
denial? And so, because that's the problem that our people are having. They're not getting a denial. They're not getting
Right,
any correspondence at all. And that's the problem. It's
right.
okay if they deny it because then you'll know to do something else. But they're
Yeah,
not
they
sending
haven't
any
done that.
correspondence about it at all.
Right, they haven't done that. They're not sending denials. They're not they haven't sent me another one of those zero out letters either when I refiled and then I called back and they just gave me the runaround on the phone. But I haven't received any other letters since then. So if the process was faulty, they would have sent a denial letter or they would have sent the frivolous
Or
filing.
frivolous filing.
Yeah, they haven't done any of that.
So that's why we're
So
suggesting to people to just separate it. Go ahead, Talib.
yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to refile and then I'm going to separate it like y'all suggesting and see
Yes.
what happens with that. And then I'll refile the next one, including box one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So, but I
she
just haven't had time. I've been so busy.
it's okay. I wasn't trying to call
yeah,
you out, bro. I was just talking about
yeah.
the letter that
No,
you
I
and Dad
appreciate, no,
received the same one.
yeah, I appreciate you remembering that because that has been an issue. And I'm just frustrated because I've been so tied up with other stuff. And as I told Hassan, I'm just getting with the AI stuff. So I'm on the catch up mode with that. But
You're not behind.
yeah.
You'd be surprised. It's less than 1% of us are even using it.
Okay, well that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a consolation.
You're gonna get
Indeed.
into the second percent. Some of y'all might be make it into the when it gets to 3%.
Yeah.
How do you get a program bot? Great question. Brotherhassan.com is the answer. Brother Hassan with
Indeed.
one S. Okay.
Gratitude.
So someone put brotherhassan.com again in the chat if you guys
Yes.
want a program bot.
I'm trying to get you guys to transition over because I know I'm still using the Gmail and stuff like that, but I do want people to use brotherhassan.com more so that I can see what's working, what's not, because I'm building this website while I'm flying it, but being able to test it and we can get files and things of that nature. But
Yes, gratitude.
push come to shove, still need to use Google Drive. We can do that too. But I mean, I do want to begin getting some feedback too, so we can improve it and things of that nature. But other than that, yes. I yield.
Okay. Ryan says,
Gratitude.
my mom filed traditional paperwork and still had to do it twice. It be happening, man. It's not just, again, it's not just us, right? But I actually just was telling Hassan, strongly suggesting that he is more vocal about the fact that he does program bots. He calls it the state remedy. And some people might need multiple states because they have something going on in multiple different things going on in different states. And he can work something out for you guys if you have a multi-state situation going on in one situation, or if you just have two separate situations that happen to be in separate states.
And maybe it's me and my experience with different AIs, but I'm really thinking the development of Chat GPT, and since I'm huge on data engineering now, so shout out to my data engineer coach, you know what I mean, as well as this community overall. But what I'm recognizing is Chat GPT is boss when it comes to this jurisprudence, litigation, information systems type situation. It's a little more limber, a lot more flexible. It's a little less rigid. And so far in my experience with Claude's rigidity, I don't think belongs in the pro se litigation coaching space.
I think that Claude has some plugins that we should that
Explore.
make different. So so there's like Claude Code, and then like Claude
I'm using
some
that, of
other
course.
thing.
Yeah.
There's like a couple of other Claude things that you
Claude,
might
I would have Claude build the courthouse. I would not have it do the pro se litigation assistance.
I get you.
Let me stop. I'm
And
kidding, sort of.
you already know I'm
Yeah.
biased, okay?
Yeah.
And
Jurisprudence
just
gem.
let you guys know that the bot I use is programmed by Hassan. And this is what I use for myself, and this is what I use to assist others. And he can rebuild it or give you the same exact one. It is his choice, his option, because that's one of his areas of expertise, I'll say. Because
Gratitude.
bro don't live in no box.
Can I say something to that?
I mean, yeah, you live in a box, but you know what I'm saying?
It ain't cardboard, at least. Let me stop.
Never that.
I know, right?
All the boxes on the hillside.
Yeah, hilarious.
Because of that bot, I'm prepared for a case that I haven't even been served on yet.
That's actually hilarious.
Hey.
That is hilarious.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Yes.
She said because of that bot, the Hassan program bot, she's ready to beat a case that she ain't even been sued for yet.
Okay, can I brag on the bot a moment too?
Word.
The bot that Hassan built for me is actually very good at making you very clean hearing notes. So if you have a hearing, I was trying to do my own, it wasn't right. I was too wordy. It made these really succinct notes that as I was in the hearing, I was able to pivot around what was happening because it did it just very clean. It didn't do the lines too long. It was amazing. Chef kiss.
I'm on that too. I'm ready for court.
Gratitude. And plus, I ain't gonna front. A few of y'all spoke up today. I forgot that y'all even have those.
We didn't even mention Linnea.
Like Linnea, and even Talib just now. It's like, yeah, I forgot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. Like, and so
you get a
quite
bot.
few of
You
y'all.
get a bot. You get a bot.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, like the experience, because Lotus is encouraging, Mother Sahar, Malika, you guys are staying, and then Linnea, of course. I keep telling y'all, this all started with Linnea. I don't know why y'all just don't. It started with Linnea, okay? It really
It
did.
started literally with Linnea and Mr. Linnea.
Yes, it absolutely did. And so now that I'm being, I have a data engineering coach who's like, hey, I heard that you're in the bot building. So hey, how about this? Now I can understand Mr. Linnea so much clearer now. Things he was telling me last year that I was just shaking my head, nod, like, sure, yeah, yeah, I want to learn it. Now I get what he was telling me the whole time. So I trust in the future, you guys are going to see some things added to lawful living and off duty alibi and eviction coach, because I'm starting to really see that I can build tools that will possibly soon get rid of subscriptions that we're paying for. And so that's the type of stuff I'm looking at now. What can we build that we use in this space, and instead of us paying a subscription for it, we have it through what we're subscribing through the community. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine us having our own Zoom type of meeting app or something like that? That's just an example. You know what I mean?
This is definitely something I would like to cancel if we can. I just actually, well, that was related to the website.
Yeah.
I'm able to cancel some subscriptions because of new software. And that's basically what you're saying, right? You can
basically
cancel certain past subscriptions or current subscriptions because you're able to use a tool that you already have.
And because this AI thing that you got, this is the last thing I'll say. My data engineering coach was like, man, all he did was just repackage the word technology and called it AI. But it's the same
technology.
thing. Yeah, it's the same thing that was happening in the 1970s. So what it was
with the printing.
What it was, and so I had said something to somebody the other day, one of our friends-in-law, and they was like, "Yeah, this AI thing, I don't know nothing about it, and computers." And when she was like told her age or whatever, I was like, okay, if you're 50 and over, I know how to immediately get you comfortable with anything dealing with coding or AI and just not use the word coding or AI. I can simply go, are you familiar with command prompt? And people over 50 will be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, as a matter of fact, I remember when I was building a program in high school in command prompt. It was really fun. Now that we've gone there, now let's just usher you right into AI and show you that AI is just this fancy front end of command prompt or Apple terminal. That's all it fucking is. But no, we think it's new, and no. So it's like we can go as far.
I like that approach because reminding people that they probably are already aware of this thing, just calling it this just was called different name, definitely gives an instant boost in their confidence to be able to learn it. Or learn the current iteration of it, because they can say, oh yeah, I can relate it to something I already know. And I love those types of examples because that's literally the way that I like to teach. Like, remember when you learned how to do that thing that you already know and you're confident about, you're just applying those same skills right here. And you see that,
Yeah. And that is Hassan's superpower. Explaining a concept in a way that it can get in your skull. I'm not gonna lie, I understand AI now from talking to him, not my husband. Like now I go to my husband and my son and I can like
have a conversation with
Mr.
them.
Linnea, is Mr. Linnea entering the chat? I'm just kidding.
That's wild how you can have that conversation with them now. But yeah, that's what it takes to put it into perspective, because again, if I know I love like fireflies, right? But I recognize that the fireflies.
Bro, we gotta get into the question.
Oh, my bad. I yield. Go ahead. I yield.
All right, gratitude. And as you guys see, he's very passionate about it. So get with him so he could nerd out with you about that in a way that could give you a transformation, guys. Because and I know we like bragging on Hassan, but I don't care if that someone says what's the bias? The bias is HassanIsTheBomb.com.
Gratitude, y'all.
Okay. So what I like the most is the transformation that I'm able to witness in everybody who has gotten their Hassan program bot Okay. Linnea, Nana, Tice. Okay. That's just the people I remember off the top of my head. So forgive me if I forgot that you were one as well. But I do see the transformation in the confidence, and that only comes from competence. So I see y'all, and I hope it's
Word.
too. So Mark, go ahead with your question, comment, or emotional outburst.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, by the way, before you say something,
Yeah.
Freedom, just get with Hassan. You could get with him in off-duty alibi, because Freedom's saying for you to get with him, Hassan.
Okay.
But he could get with you, and y'all could
Yeah.
just get together. Okay?
Word. Word.
Somebody said pause. Oh my God, y'all are
Pause. Yeah, I know, right? Y'all
okay. Go ahead,
hilarious.
Mark. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, a lot to unpack there. I was going to mention that, but I'm going to just get to what I was calling. So I had my hearing this morning. And so I don't think the judge was expecting me to show up in person. But unfortunately, when I went in there, he called me, and I went up to the podium, and he asked if the counsel was available. Well, here's kind of where I screwed up. It's not over. You just, but here's where I messed up. I should have known by now that, and again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I am a conspiracy theorist. When I had called to reschedule that ex parte hearing, the clerk in his department said, "No, we'll just schedule for Tuesday. Just show up and okay." I go, "I got my packet ready to file." No, he just, okay. I get my hearing card ready, and it says, "Yeah, just make sure to ask him if they want, if he grants the reset, then if you need to file that ex parte." Okay, cool. Well, the first thing he said is, he says, "Well, I don't." He goes, "I don't see a filing here." And I said, "Well, your clerk directed that I just come here today because it was on Thursday. As far as a proof of service, I go, it takes 3 days to get it. 3 days, they're gonna whatever." And I said, "I have the emails that I sent them. If you'd like to see them." Well, he basically said, "No, I don't see proof of service now." Basically, he just said you got to file the ex parte. So I didn't want to argue and say, "Well, your clerk said this and their clerk said," So I was just like, and he's looking at me, and I'm not kidding you guys. He had this look of, I don't want to say disdain, but kind of just like he didn't want to. He didn't want. They're making me work. The last judge that I had, he even said, and I remember him saying, he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "I don't know." He goes, "You're gonna have some high hurdles to get." And I'm like, now I'm thinking like, yeah, because you guys are putting them up for me. But anyway, so it's not like over.
Not necessarily, because if the rules say that you were supposed to file, then the thing to do is insist that the clerk allow you to follow the rules and not block you from following the rules, so that you can get a favorable ruling.
Right. And
so if the rules say you have to file, do not let the clerk talk you out of what the rules say.
Right. Right. So all he said was you got to file it, and then you have to show your proof of service that you let the other attorney know, because I wasn't able to attend that other hearing. So it just adds more work,
Yes.
So I'm like, okay. So, but here's what I wanted to say about kind of in this whole thing. I kind of was looking back, and I'm not saying I regret it, because I did file a reply and an objection, but in that tentative ruling, I kind of think that, I'm not saying, like, again, it was a good idea to do it, but I kind of thought, did I give them another bone to attack? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm kind of totally off the whole question that I need answered. I'm onto this, your reconsideration didn't do this, and they're trying to get to not have to. This is what I think. I could be wrong. That they don't want to answer that Code of Civil Procedure 284. Which one of those two procedures in the record does this notice of firm change answer? Which one of those, and where in the record is it?
I would say to not, well, I shouldn't say would not. I would say to use your imagination for what the outcome is that you seek, and
Right.
see
Right.
that outcome as done, as
Well,
long as
yes.
you are following the rules, because you just want a ruling. Of course, you are going to make sure everything in your power suggests that it's ruled in your favor by making sure you're making proper arguments and, following
Right.
rules of how to present that argument. Now, you
Yes.
may be correct that that's the pain point that you're pressing, and that could be the reason for them attempting to delay. But if you're right,
Yeah.
then you're just right.
Right. And
And
yeah, good.
go
But
ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was just saying to that point, what I was trying to get at is that so and you know how you go after you leave, you're kind of like, I should have said this, and like you go in thinking that's going to go a certain way, and it's just been like that every time for some reason. I get all amped up, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm showing up,
And
so
it
he
goes
can't.
sideways.
Yeah, he can't deny, and I had again, I should have went with my gut. I should have filed it because
Went with the rules. Went with
I
the
had
rules.
the
Remember, it's not
application.
just your
Yes,
feelings that you're going off of.
yes, I had the packet ready to go, and I thought, well, I'll just because here's all I was asking for. I was just going to say, hey, I couldn't get on. You need to reschedule the hearing so I can argue your tentative ruling. That's all I'm
But
here to
here
say.
it is, you have it. They're giving you the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I know. So, anyway, so I didn't stare at him. He just kind of stared at me when he said that, and I was just like, okay, thank you, Your Honor. And he goes, okay, and I turned around to walk, and he says, oh, by the way, he goes, Mr. Vidalis, and I go, yeah, and he goes, you can use the self help center, and I was like, yeah, okay, thank you. It's like I already have my self help center, but yeah,
You have your self-help center.
yes, I have a group. If you only knew, now I was kidding.
It's right here. It lives in
Yeah,
my computer in my pocket.
yeah, yeah, exactly right. So anyway, so where we're at here is now I'm gonna file because all the tentative rulings said. 'Cause I had to look to make sure he didn't, he just said no filings, basically like no hearing, no calendar, no hearing calendar, whatever. So there was nothing, there was no substance to it. Just so
It's like a false
he's
start. It's like a
yeah. So
notification of a false start.
right. So he's giving me, he's letting me do it. So again, I have to file now. I have to change the whole packet now because I have to change it a little bit because I have to add this scenario of what because I'm building the record. So what I was saying though in this, I kind of thought, should I have just gone with my original motion, argued the tentative ruling. Granted, it's not in writing. I think that's a good thing about the objections because it is a court of no record, right? And then just gone right to the damn either reconsideration or a writ of mandamus. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it the right way to get to that because that record will show, all the stuff. Or could I have saved a little? I say time, but could I have saved a lot of filings and paperwork and back and forth? And you know what I'm saying? Because it's such a simple, it just seems like it's such a simple case. It doesn't seem like I would have thought if I was really, if they had me, they would just said, no, here it is, boom, 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 did not, yeah, whatever, file your writ. You're not going to want, you're just screwed up. So I'm just kind of thinking,
You're being given grace and opportunity.
yeah. So I'm already there, but I'm just kind of hindsight, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
sometimes
Monday morning
less is
quarterbacking
more.
on a Tuesday.
Yeah, less is more sometimes. Because I even looked at like even how these attorneys respond. I mean, it's like 2 pages, man. I mean, and it's like lame. It's like, it's not even, and I'm just thinking like, here I am, 8 pages, 6 pages declaration, and I got my stuff all nice. I mean, there's this too, I got it on numbered paper, double space. I got it all nice thick paper and everything.
He's
Just
like,
like,
they
damn.
didn't even dot all their I's, and here I am
No.
crossing all of my T's.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, he's giving cover to these guys. They don't have to do anything. They're making me do all the work, which it's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, damn. So, but it's good because, like I said, I'm learning, and so the good news for Thursday's hearing is I'm going to actually be there. So they're not going to. Well,
Okay.
I
And
don't
it's
want to.
Thursday, like the day after tomorrow, Thursday?
Yeah, it's another
Ah,
case.
so only a very minor delay.
Well, no. This hearing is for another case on Thursday.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I got to file this ex parte. I got to mail it to them, and whatever. It's fine. Like I said, they've already taken the money, so this is just about you know correcting the record. Maybe I get some money back, and then
Yes,
back on that
it's very
1090.
possible. It is
Yes,
very possible.
yes, and back on the 10 because you guys were talking about the filing. So I did one on this for that money they took, but I haven't done the return, the tax return yet. But I was getting this 30 days. We need 30 days. We need 60 days. And because I've had these cases, I kind of just letting it go. And so anyway, I got a letter about a couple weeks ago, and they said something to the effect of, yeah, we need the document, something about, I don't have the letter, but something about the documentation, something. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it? What do you need? What are you asking for? So I got to call them, and then I got to follow up with a letter asking them, here's your letter. You said you needed, what is it that you need? Is it did you not get the filing? Did you just get the declaration with it? This is the 1099A. So I'm not really sure what they're asking for. So I gotta follow. I gotta call them and then follow up.
Yep.
But anyway,
Get clarification.
yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say you've got the Claude, what you call it, right there in that picture. That's kind of like their little your picture next
Oh
to,
yeah, the orange
doesn't it?
version.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I was just
Interesting.
gonna say.
Interesting. I didn't even realize that until you said it.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's using Claude. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so that's there, and then like I said, Thursday I should have something for that hearing on the class. So.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Yes,
Thank
I'm looking
you.
forward to hearing the
All right.
follow-up.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for sharing, Mark. Did anybody have any questions for Mark? I know he spoke really fast, might have went over some newbies' heads.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't want to take everybody. I know there might be other people on here who want to talk, and
There was one other person who had their hands up. Does anybody remember? Look, everybody in the chat, like,
Yes,
I
he
want
had
a
a
bot now. I want a bot.
somebody had a question about a third party debt collector garnishment.
Okay. Somebody had their hand up though. Does anybody remember who had their hand up?
Yeah, it was
I
that
think that's
person.
the
I think
person she's talking
Sunny
about.
something. Yeah.
Okay, so Slundy,
Slundy.
can you speak?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I had a question about the third party debt collector. Last year, I think I was going through a C-section. Um, I w- and at the same time, we had a case going with the third party debt collector over a home loan. The debt collector put Jefferson Capital put, oh, it's a car loan, and all these other funny facts in the case. The second we said, hey, it's our first time, you know what I'm saying? The judge immediately ruled, and that was that. Uh since then, yeah, it
So
ended.
you got a judgment against you?
Yes.
Was it for a car?
No, it was for a home loan.
And they have it in the complaint itself that it's a car?
Yes.
And wait.
Sorry.
When was the order put into the case?
The order was
Order
put
judgment?
It was put in May 5th, I think. May
Okay. Are
5th
you
of
still in
last
the
year.
home?
No. It was just a loan. And Jefferson Capital took it over. But
Well,
during the case,
wait. You do not actually know that.
okay, I'm a little confused.
are you able to present admissible evidence of that claim? Or are you just making that claim because somebody made the claim to you?
Oh, they made the claim to
Right.
us.
Right. So you don't actually know it. Somebody just said that.
Yes.
And now you're repeating it as if it is.
Yes.
So, and I'm suggesting to you, which is why I'm kind of pausing you there, that is an assumption. And if you assert that assumption, it is going to harm you. If you present that assumption as if that is a known fact, that's actually going to harm you.
Okay.
So you mentioned in your chat that you wanted to get mentorship with Hassan.
Yes.
So what I would do is gather your paperwork, including, of course, everything on the docket of that case that was decided. So the complaints, any orders, the final judgment. Do you have all that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then you, as you say in your comment there, get with Hassan. And he will, because your stories is already seeming like some crazy stuff happened if in fact it's presented in the paperwork as a car, but the judgment affects a home.
Yes, it started as a home, a personal loan.
Okay, so as a personal loan where the home was offered as collateral,
No, a personal loan for building a home.
a personal loan for building a home. But that doesn't still mean that the home being built was not offered as the collateral. Because you said you're not in the home anymore, right?
No, it was just a personal loan that we stopped paying on. Before the timeline ended in Florida, the 5 years was up. Jefferson Capital contacted us.
Uh-huh. I get what you're saying now. Yeah, I would gather your paperwork and get everything that has happened evaluated. What is your wish? What are you wishing to be the result of this
Of
challenge to the orders?
Honestly, we had so much evidence in on the file that
Well,
they had put it on our credit report before
but
the
what is your wish?
that that we can get this off our credit report, get the
Okay.
judgment, not reversed, but
Okay, so you don't wish to reverse the judgment. Your only concern is of how it shows up on your credit report?
no, I want to get rid of the garnishment because
Okay.
we shouldn't be paying them at all. We don't have a contract with them.
Okay.
We don't, they couldn't prove how they got our information from PNC.
That is
We have,
so interesting you said that because that is the gentleman that spoke right before you, Mark. That's something very similar that he's dealing with, a garnishment, right? A taking based on an alleged debt. So your wish is to stop the garnishment and get it off your credit. Anything else?
uh, I would really like this whole situation to go away with Jefferson Capital. Also, the best advice we had received today was to put a restraining order and send it to PNC as well.
You will learn that in order to stop the effects of a judgment, which includes negative reporting on your credit report as well as garnishment, you actually have to attack the judgment itself.
Okay.
And Hassan is definitely going to be able to explain deeper. And so definitely connect with him. On his website, he has an intake form on the top right. I forgot what it's called. Hassan, what is it called? That top link?
Yeah, it's the JPS intake.
Yes.
And JPS intake, JPS client intake, I think it's called actually. It's
JPS client intake. Click that button on the top right.
and
JPS client intake.
some things you can skip, some things you can't. So if you want a state remedy, I think you can do things there too.
I
And get
think
right
he
to it.
needs absolutely a just regular consultation
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Regular consultation is there also.
and
Yes. Got you.
evaluation
Got
of
you. Got you.
that past case, because that is what is leading to the judgment and the garnishment.
Yeah, because the analysis is absolutely necessary in order to know where you are. And that's the purpose of it. So you can have your feet on the ground.
Yes. Gratitude for the question.
Yeah,
Thank
indeed.
you so much.
Gratitude. Yes, gratitude.
So
Yeah, sorry about that state remedy there. I was at the same time responding to email, and I think I said the email part out loud.
it's all
So
good.
so forgive me, y'all.
Someone she says what I click on to get my bot. You might still want to, I don't know. Do they need to still fill out the intake form, Hassan? Someone has a question in the chat.
Yeah, I responded.
It's okay.
That's why I was saying you could just go right to where it says like state remedy build or whatever, or if not,
Okay,
or whatever.
you heard that? Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you
So
press
go to
the
brotherhassan.com and do this, click on state remedy build.
Yeah, because when you go to the JPS intake, it'll like be a list of things you can do. It'll be numbered or whatever. And this is why I said I want you guys to use it so I know how to improve it. But I do know what you need is there and what you want to accomplish is there. But I think if you scroll down, I don't know if it's like number 6 or number 7. Actually, let's go look at the website. Let's do that. Let me go share my screen real quick, if you don't mind, real quick. Let me share my screen. Right. This will be great. And what I'll do is I'll go right here on this site. Let's do, okay, so let's go home, right? And let's say if I did go to the JPS intake, right? See where it says custom curated remedy build? It's number 5. Custom curated remedy build. But it's saying, hey, you got to do all those things when you press it. But I'm pretty sure if we scroll down even further, and this is why I'm fixing this thing. Hold on. Where's the intake? There it is. See where it says book with Brother Hassan? I think that's a way you could bypass it and just get right to my Google Calendar. And you see right there is letting you know what it takes to get the 2-hour custom curated. Like that's it. It'll just be 2 hours right there. Right. However,
So
and
go
then the
from the
personal
beginning.
consultation is there
So is
too.
this
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
front page?
This is yes,
Okay, if you're
JP when you
on,
click JPS
okay,
intake and
okay, so you see that, guys, when you click on JPS, just scroll down to
you can scroll down to this section where it's giving you
this
full
blue
disclosure.
section that says book with Hassan.
And that's giving you full disclosure about the bot, and then it's giving you disclosure about the consultation and things of that nature. And then also too, I want you guys to see what I and Lotus definitely wanted to make sure you guys see there. Square asks for a fee. If you want to avoid the fee, just ask us for the Zelle or the Cash App. And that's anytime, anything that we do. Because not only do we offer Square, and that's for people like, well, yeah, I want my payments broken down or whatever, because I qualify for Afterpay. Cool, great. But then there's some people like, hey, what's up with the Zelle or the PayPal so I can avoid that fee? We'll offer that too, or whatever. But that's why we give disclosure right there. And again, suggestions I'm taking, of course, from you guys, because if things need to be more upfront, great. And I'll go and fix the website and change the coding around so that can happen. But yes, I trust this has been helpful for you guys to see it. But yes, please scroll every page, see what's there as far as this JPS intake. That was the main thing. Anything else that's outside of this, you know what I'm saying? This and the children's books and stuff, we're still building it while we're flying it. But we wanted to make sure we got you guys a custom portal where you could do your intake, right? Because we just tested it too with my data engineering coach. We tested this too the other day, and he was able to submit to me like 37 documents, I think, in one drop. But we wanted to see how much more could be done. But yeah, all of that is possible here too. You know what I mean?
Right.
But push come to shove, if we still got a Google Drive while we're transitioning and building this thing, we will. But let me thank you all in advance who does come to use this and help me build it and make it better, because I do need your feedback. And I appreciate you all. Gratitude.
I just want to add that the bot is way cheaper than anywhere you will pay for all of the cases combined.
Word. It's funny too, because look. Honestly, when Malika had suggested that I scale what I do, honestly, y'all, what it is that
Hell
I
no.
provide fully. Listen, I provide it. I looked at it, I was like, wow,
Not sale, scale. It's not a
scale.
negative
Yeah,
thing. It's being
yeah,
able to
scale.
provide better services to more people efficiently.
And when I was like, this is what I want to do with the state remedy bill for people, and it was like, well, if you're doing that, you have to start at $10,000. And I was like, Malika, what did you give me to analyze my business? Because this, I can't do that. I was like, ugh. But it was saying that that's what it is that's being provided. Yeah, it's 10 grand starting what it is, because it can be something that can grow and get better to the point where you could have literally like a digital. Remember how people had like family libraries in their dens? They had like 2 sets of encyclopedias, but you can do that now digitally, and you can make it grow and evolve.
So
If they put
that is definitely something you can't have with a static book.
Nah.
But books are still badass, okay?
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Just think about
Liv,
building a state bill and actually getting a consultation. It's still way convenient in broader span than anything you could imagine. So you getting way much more than you bargained for.
Gratitude, sis.
awesome.
Absolutely
Liv
gratitude.
also says it's the gift to yourself that keeps on giving. I absolutely agree. And those
Yeah,
who use it know.
I kind
Um,
of I kind of brag a bit that so far we're the only community that's not like subscribe to have access to this bot we built. It's like you get it once and it's yours. And then
um,
not and then you're learning a skill set, because the way that you guys are having your state remedy too, I'm showing you how to apply it to your AI, whichever one you're using, whether it be Claude or ChatGPT or anything else. You see what I'm saying?
And let's not forget the precise prompting. That's a
yes.
Indeed.
plus.
Yeah, gratitude, sis. Y'all are on it. I forgot that quick because I was so one track minded about the website. I forgot. Yes.
So
The
good because it's on the website. So if you guys want to look around at whatever else he offers, go ahead and do so. We just wanted to make sure you guys that wanted the bot builds to know
yeah.
exactly how to get that.
And I think the precise prompting again, because not volunteering, but I think hopefully my bro Adam is going to break down those videos so you guys can be able to get them sectioned, because I wanted them to be sectioned how Malika usually has it on our site. Because right now, how you're getting the replay, you're getting the replay as if you were there. It's just going to be one solid straight video, but it's going to have the breaks in it or whatever, so that it has the 5-minute breaks in between each segment. But it's so worth it. And even today, someone got the class, I think 2
Hassan,
days
you
ago.
can't say it's so worth it.
Oh,
You're
I'm sorry.
biased.
Okay,
That's
forgive
why the
me.
folks are saying it.
Well, look, somebody got it 2 days ago, and then they text me today or email me today that, look, I'm finished the precise prompting. What's next? And I was like, did you implement what was in the video? And if so, tell me what results you
Look,
got. I'm
don't
still
let
waiting on that
Hassan have
email.
to squeeze your hand and drag you
It's a
Yeah.
Xerox. It's a Xerox.
because we will.
It's a Xerox. Hey, yo.
Hey, you guys, we doing inside jokes right now. That's not fair to our new.
That's funny. It's a Xerox.
Oh man. All right, guys. We're actually at the end of our class. So you guys have gotten hopefully more than what you bargained for in our Newbie Tuesday. We walked you guys through developing your ears of discernment. We've shown you guys how to reach out to us if you wish for coaching. However, we've also provided how you guys can go and research things for yourself, right? You're looking at case law. You're looking at how principles have been applied in similar situations to your case. You're going to court. You're sitting in the back. You're listening. You're getting to know how court goes, how the judge does their stuff, especially if it's one of the judges already assigned to your case. So those are some of the gems you guys got in today's session. And again, as I said, you've been shown exactly how to reach out if you want mentoring or coaching, because these folks, I'll just say, on these internet streets that are disseminating what might seem like similar training, I hope you guys can start to develop those ears of discernment to tell the difference. They're giving you things that are either wholly irrelevant to your situation, even if they might be true, like being an executor of a trust or submitting an affidavit, right? They are things that can be used. They're legitimate things, so we're not saying they don't exist. However, what we are combating here, especially on Newbie Tuesdays, is the misapplication of those things in a way that confuses people. It's like you come for help and they put a blindfold on you and spin you around and then give you a tool. And you just start going like this in the dark. Anybody know the name of that game?
Isn't that
Smash
a
and
pinata?
dash. Oh wow. Oh, that
Is it
is.
what?
It
No,
is swinging
But
at a pinata.
if there's actually a pinata there, you might be
It's a
swinging at that
pinata.
one.
Most people in Florida are gonna get it.
Word.
Right? They come, they put the blind, you ask them for help, they put blindfolds on you instead of giving you actual knowledge, right? That
Yeah.
can make you a competent litigator. They tie a blindfold around you, they spin you around by the shoulders, right? An unknown amount of times, and then they put something in your hand, all right, and you don't even know what it is, and they just let you loose. And then
Wow.
you come to us saying things like, they're ignoring all of my filings. And that judge so corrupt. I told them I was the executrix and they laughed in my face.
Word.
Pin the tail on
Word.
the
Stuck in
donkey.
discovery. Don't get stuck in discovery on the wrong side of the rope.
And most of us don't even know those types of tools like discovery. Discovery is your best friend.
You can find.
Discovery is where cases go to die if they are bad.
Word.
It's where the corruption of the attorneys actually can get exposed. And once you have them rolled over on their on their back, so you're exposing their soft underbelly, we give you the tools, the scaffold to know what to do. Okay.
I just thought about it. You get a tool for 95% off. Then
I'm saying,
hold on, but just think about that. That means that the spirit of our community is that then. That means that when you come here, you're getting 95% more of the value that you have put towards your education. That I think is the American dream, not to be hustled and bustled. However, to be able to have something that is invaluable the more you learn it, and then recognize that you get it at a nominal percentage. I'm telling you, when you guys really allow yourselves, because really it's not even the AI. Okay, because this is again, and I want to say this, and I know we're in overtime, but I got to get this out. This is an emotional outburst. I remember those 47 days because I announced the class 47 days before July 11th. And I was like, I still need to go live and promote. And every time I felt myself ready to talk about AI, I got quiet. I was like, I can't do it. I can't go. I'm so excited. I'm ready to really talk about these things and I'm grasping. So what I recognized was now after the fact, I said to you guys before the class, I said, however you're interacting with your AI now, after precise prompting, you will never go back to that way again. It will only be to maybe troubleshoot or figure some things out if you have to act, in the way you did before. But after precise prompting, you're there's no way. And honestly, I can audibly hear the confidence in those that have the state remedy and are using it to really put their feet on the ground. It's a whole, the voice sounds different. The way that people are asserting themselves sounds different. So it's not the AI you're getting. What you're getting is the confidence
Transformation
that you really want about this law space that I don't see people getting it really anywhere else, honestly.
They're not. They either had to figure it out in the school of hard knocks.
Word.
Or they got a Hassan program bot. That's it. So transformation is what he's offering, guys. Transformation is what the community is offering. We make a joke with Thaddeus where he said he went from a BN to a PN. That was his transformation. Okay. But guess what? This is this is a similar transformation that's going to happen for all of us. We're going to go from the fear and desperation, okay, to competence and confidence. So that's what we're offering over here. Whether you get your Hassan program bot and or his classes and or any of the other stuff that we offer over here on
at
Lawful Living.
Correct.
Okay. So with that, we're going to end it here, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you being here, tapping it out, sharing it out. Wow, we got over 100,000 taps. I didn't even realize, guys, we were having so much fun.
Gratitude.
So
Way to go,
I
yo.
actually might be back on later on tonight if I get all my work done today.
Word.
So I appreciate again you guys' energy, and hopefully you join us again when we are on live. Peace,
Gratitude.
love,
Peace, y'all.
and confidence. Okay.
Word.